Welcome to World War II in the Eyes of the Beholder. I'm Matthias. So, last week we talked about the invasion of Dunkirk and the Blitz, and this week I'll be talking about the Battle of Britain. I also have videos about Normandy, the invasions of Normandy and the Polish invasion of Poland and the Polish Holocaust. If you would like to check those out, there will be a link in the description for the Normandy invasions and Dunkirk. So, the Battle of Britain was a battle lasting 3 months and 3 weeks, from July to October of 1940. There wasn't really an exact date due to it was bombing and it just lessened. The Battle of Britain, the Blitz, and the attempt of Operation Sea Lion, the German invasion of Britain, were all in the same year. The mission of the Battle of Britain was to destroy the Royal Air Force, RAF, making England easy to invade. You see, they need to defeat the British RAF because Germany has no naval power. They know that if they even try to get a navy as big as England and the US will take it out. So it comes up with the other thing. Italy and Russia have been working on a new technique, paratrooping. So instead of having to have big boats that are very slow, Germany invests in planes, hundreds and hundreds of planes, for bombing, for fighting, and it is their main troop transport. The Blitz was the mission to destroy British morale and the economy, and ultimately take countries very fast. Operation Sea Lion, or Fuhrer Directive 16, was signed on July 16th to start preparations for the invasion of Britain. Sea Lion was a way that they were going to attack Britain. It was a invasion that they were going to do after they had defeated the RAF, but since it did not happen. The goal was to either take Britain out or force them to sign a peace treaty, getting them out of the war, making it easy to take the rest of Europe. Sea Lion did not happen due to lack of air superiority, planes, and good weather. The attack was postponed multiple times and then canceled in early September. So the Battle of Britain, there were multiple ways they were going to do this. They were going to drop their guys in, they were going to take Britain, or at least get them to sign a peace treaty, getting them out of the war, making it easier to attack France and other English allies. This did not happen. Hitler said he needed 5 good days of weather, and the British RAF would be destroyed by the Luftwaffe in only 5 days of good weather. This did not happen, and after months and months and months, they gave up. But that was a bad idea, because giving up and letting Britain progress in its manufacturing and its in these other ways made the tides turn. So now, instead of Germany bombing Britain, Britain and the US are bombing Berlin almost every day. It did not happen though because of the lack of air superiority, planes, and good weather. But the Battle of Britain was mostly to destroy the RAF, yes, but it was also bombing British cities. So they had these major cities that they would bomb, and it was to destroy British morale, making them very sad and less eager to fight. They did also aim in manufacturing factories, and they did bomb a lot of cities that did that. The raids still did take place after the Battle of Britain, just on a lesser scale, and there were way less bombs dropped. And instead of doing day and night raids, they would just do night, because the day were very risky and a lot of pilots were killed. And that's another thing. New pilots are not good. They don't have experience, and they're just generally not good. You need experienced pilots to carry out the job. So after Germany lost a lot of its men in the Battle of Britain, the Luftwaffe keeps falling. it is in a steep downcline at this point, and it's not going to get back on its feet. The Germans started preparing for Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of Poland, right after they ditched the idea of sea lion. Over 280 tons or 9,000 bombs were dropped on Britain, causing 1,542 National Guard and Army Service personnel men to lose their lives, and 422 wounded. Nothing compared to the 14,286 civilians that were killed, and 20,000 more that were wounded. A lot of these women and children, innocent, but welcome to war. They did try to move into the outlines and into the countryside, and it did help, but a lot of people still lost their lives, making a lot of children homeless and never growing up with parents. The German casualties, 2,600 killed, 735 wounded, and 925 captured, along with hundreds of Italians, French, Poles, New Zealanders, Australians, and U.S. volunteers that helped on both sides that were there in England. We had U.S. volunteers actually fly over to Britain to help out with that. 1,250 Allied aircraft were destroyed, and 1,700 German aircraft destroyed. This was a British victory, and because of the loss of German planes and the lack of new ones, the Germans were not able to defend their home a few years later. So, because the lack of good pilots, planes were crashing more and more, making the Germans have less planes, and the Germans were not producing planes 24/7. They were not making planes every single minute of every single day. You know, in the US, every 18 hours, one new B-24 bomber was made. The German people were only working 10-hour days. They were living the life as if war was happening, except for your son going out and fighting. They lived in luxury, actually, because of the how rich they were getting from all the economies and stuff they take, and a lot of the food that they got and clothes that were exported from other countries or stolen from the Jews. So they're not even working full days. They're working 10-hour days, and they would back up planes for one or two single parts that were not correct, or they wanted to improve. So this was the downfall of the German Luftwaffe. The German Luftwaffe was very effective in the Polish invasion and the France invasion, but after that, they lost it. There were not enough planes, pilots, and strategies to do it well, which is why in Barbarossa the tides turned. There were not enough planes to carry out the blitzkrieg strategy. I will have photos in the next slides showing you about the Battle of Britain and some German planes and stuff. So if you would like to check out my Normandy invasion and my Dunkirk video, I will have that in the description below. I have a lot of interesting videos if you would like to check them out. If there's some way that you think I can improve in any way, shape, or form, or you have an idea of any videos that you would like me to make, please comment below. And comment below with any ideas, what you think about the Luftwaffe downfall. How do you think they could have done it better? I don't know. It's up to you.